Hello, everyone. Mic check. Mic check. Please let me know if you can hear me. Mic check. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Mic check. Mic check. Okay. So yes, I can confirm that I am audible, and you all can hear me. Oh, Ajayi Favor asked how my day was. Well, my day was fine. Yeah, my day went well actually, and I actually love the weather. I love that the weather is cool. You know, I mean, and it rained as well. So, yeah. How are you? And I hope the rain is not affecting my network because I hope the rain is not affecting my network. It rained here, and network has been a bit um, it's been a bit up and down. So I hope it just maintains. I just hope it's optimal for the duration of this class. All right. Juliet Odom, this is not the digital marketing class. This is the virtual assistant class. Hello, Ruth Mia Sefa, Dorcas Ololade, my very own namesake. How are you? How are you doing? How's your weekend? Hi, Oluwatomisi Samuel. Good to hear you. Good to have you in class as well. Hillary, my voice is quite smooth and audible. Thank God. Network has been unstable. Yeah, actually, network has been quite unstable since morning. But I hope it is stable for the duration of this class. So, how are you guys? How was your weekend? For those that went to parties, how was your party? For those who were indoor, for those who are in school, had to read, for those who are parents and have to take care of kids, take care of your partner. How was your weekend? And what did you do? I hope you did something. You were able to go over your notes and all that today. Hello, everybody. Lord is my strength. Amen. No, amen. Candice Collection, good evening to you too. Torayo Ojofa, as in the weekend, I can agree that the weekend is brief. You see that weekend, once you blink your eye, close your eye and open it, it just feels like the weekend is gone. But yeah, I hope you made. Oh, Ololade Ola, your weekend was very short. Shay, telling you, like, it just feels like, can we just have like a 4-day work week where our weekend will start from Thursday? Let it just start from Thursday. Who will move the motion with me? Good evening, Florence. My day went well. Gift Okike. I hope I got that correctly. The videos are on YouTube. So you can always check them out on YouTube and listen to the last class. This is the fourth, this is the fourth class, and so this means that you have if you haven't attended any classes before now, it means that you really need to catch up. Okay. Good evening, everybody. It's good to be here again. Today we have a very interesting topic before us, and today we're talking communication. Communication, right? Effective communication. Verbal communication, written communication, and it's extremely important in our line of work as VAs. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go into that brief shortly. But before we do that, as always, I always like an icebreaker. But let me introduce myself. My name is Ololade Oladotunjo, and I'm in Nigeria. I currently live in Nigeria, and yeah, this is my profile. My social. If you want to connect with me, LinkedIn is the best bet. I'm very that's the social media platform I'm active on, right? So you can always, I've seen some of you have reached out and we have connected on LinkedIn already. So you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want to connect further. All right. Then yes, now let's have our icebreaker session. Imagine you have been given a superpower to make you the best virtual assistant in the world, what would your superpower be? Think very well before you answer this. If you've been given, if you have been given a superpower, like, okay, I want to give you one superpower to make you the best virtual assistant in the world, what would your superpower be? What would your superpower be? For me, let me tell you guys my own superpower. My own superpower would be I want the ability to be able to read my executives' minds. I want to be able to read their minds. I want to be able to tell what is going on in their minds. Because, in virtual assistant, there's something called Know Your Boss, KYB, where you have to understand your boss beyond even what they say. You have to understand them even when they're not speaking. You have to understand non-verbal cues. You need to know them in depth. So if I had a superpower, I don't want to go through that long journey. Just give me the ability to be able to read their minds. So I'll just go into their minds. What is he thinking of today? What is he thinking of today? What does he have in his mind today? Or is there any meeting he booked or scheduled that I don't know about? What is this? I just want to be able to get into their minds and read their minds. My work will be so much easier. So tell me. Okay, so Temidaya says, I want to know what's going to happen ahead of time. Okay, so what would that do for you as a virtual assistant? Okay, Deborah says, ability to say the right things always. Trust me, this one is a game changer. Like, when you always know what to say, you always know how, because it's one thing to know what to say, and that is to know how to say it. It is a game changer. Trust me. Adelu Adebayo Daniel says, I want the ability to create solutions to all my executive problems. I'm telling you, if you have the superpower, you'll be like the most sought after executive. Sorry, the most sought after assistant, because everybody just needs your service. Okay, so Amisa Okpalua says, mind reading to know what my boss really wants. I'm telling you, like sometimes some bosses, like, you ask them questions. Don't worry, when you guys start working with people, you understand what I'm saying. You ask them a question that is not a yes or no answer. It's literally a question. I'm trying to even think of something now. A question that, okay, so for example, you're like, oh, maybe would you like, what time would you like to meet with the delegates from Germany? And you just hear yes. What is yes to what exactly? How is yes the answer to my question? What time is yes the answer to my question? But because you have understood them, right? And this is where communication comes in. Rather than saying, what time do you want to meet with the delegates from Germany? How about you say, okay, I have checked your calendar and I can see that you are free on Monday at so time, you are free on Tuesday at this time, and you are free on Wednesday at this time. So out of these three, which of these times would you like to meet with? It's better because they have so many things. So they want you to take, because when you're telling them what time should I, do not start thinking, what's on my calendar? What am I free? What am I? That's where you're coming. You do the work for them, give them the timelines, tell them to just choose one time. It's simple. It's simpler. It even saves you stress. Right. So yeah. Okay, so Florence Kelechi says, I want the ability to resolve customers' complaints in the snap of time. I'm telling you, this is gold. Esther Sodamade says, I want the wisdom to know what to do and doing it. Yes. Rhoda says, ability to remember every detail. I'm telling you, your brain is just like, as in a photographic, it's like a photograph, a memory card where you can just literally store everything in your head. Stephanie says, being able to multitask and communicate effectively. I'm telling you, as a virtual assistant, multitasking has to be like a second name. Amaka Bello says, ability to be so good that before my boss can think of anything, I'll be able to fix the problem. Amazing. Fun Jen says, being able to do any job perfectly and exceed expectations is fantastic. Olamikosi says, ability to deliver always. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Are people doing introduction in my comment section? Hey, what's happening here? Victoria Lawa, it said Kehinde Ololade Lawa from Lagos. Okay, nice. Good to see. Networking is good anyway. So Joy says, my superpower will be ability to be very fast. Okay, speed. So they want to be like Flash and deliver satisfactory work. Exactly. So yeah, that's amazing. Everybody has said amazing stuff. So I always like the icebreaker sessions because it just helps us ease into the class, and we just we just ease in basically into the class, right? So now, with that out of the way, we can now go into a review of the previous class. So tell me, we've had 3 different classes so far. Tell me what you've learned. Tell me what you have implemented. Based on the things that you have learned, what are you doing differently? What are you doing differently based on what you have learned so far? What are you doing differently? Hi, Esther. So there was a class on Thursday. There was a class on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Thursday. So 3 classes in all. Our classes are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, okay? Fantastic. Deborah says, I learned that specialization pays. So I'm trying to gain mastery in a particular niche. Good. Oluwafumi. I saw okay, Oluwafumi Olajolaya says, I learned that I'm a strategic partner, not a robot. And since then, I've been bringing new ideas on how to generate more sales. Exactly. Fantastic. Zovani Oreva says, the mindset to push myself more. Mayowa Victoria says, I'm not just an assistant, I'm a business partner. Good, yes. Temitope Okesipe says, so far I have been trying to help my boss remember some of our customers' orders and follow up with our clients. Good. OJ Favor says, learned I must organize my own life first before I can do that for someone. So I am using a task management and Google Calendar for my daily. Fact, I love this. Like, this is just, I love OJ Favor's response, right? She understood. So it's based because the aim of this class is not for you to just take in knowledge, right? It's for you to implement what you're learning. And that's how to retain knowledge. You learn more by doing. So that's the aim of the class. It is to do, not just to take everything in, right? And I can see she says here that she's already trying to manage her own life so that she can get better and manage someone else. And that's fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. So I think with that, we'll go right into today's class. Okay. So now an introduction. Imagine being hired. Imagine being a virtual assistant hired to manage a CEO's inbox. But you send emails full of typos. Your sentences are confusing. And even when you respond, we have to, like, what is it trying to say? What will happen to you? Even if you know how to do the job, trust me, you will lose credibility fast. That's something you should understand. As a virtual assistant, communication is your currency. Because you work remotely, your voice, your emails, your Slack messages, that's how your client experiences you. They can't see you working physically. They can only feel your impact through how you communicate. Do you understand? I want you to understand and see communication is extremely important. There are people that have lost jobs because they did not know how to communicate. There are people who did not get opportunities because they didn't know how to communicate. Not because they don't have it in them, Not because they're not like the best, or not because like they're not skilled, but because they have not built communication skills. So some people just probably feel like, you know how a lot of people focus on technical skills. I just want to learn how to build the latest software. I want to learn how to do that. But communication, which is like the foundation, like they will not take time to build it. So it is very, very important, and especially for those of us that work remotely, because you're not. They can't physically. If you know how in the office, like you can, even if you're not busy, you can form like you're busy. Once you're pressing your laptop, they'll assume you're working, right? Or once you're moving up and down, you stand up, you look busy, you frown your face, you're serious. Even if you're not busy, you can act like you're busy. But when you are working remotely, please, why would they even see you to know that this person is busy? The only way you can make your impact felt is by communication, either written communication or verbal communication. That's how they will know. That's it. So please, I want you to see this as a very big deal. Trust me, communication can be the deal breaker. When you even go for an interview, it can be why a person will hire you over somebody else. And it can be why you will not get a job. Why you, who is seemingly more experienced, will not get a job. And someone who does not even have as much experience as you, but they can sell themselves, they can talk, will get that experience. So please, like I said, this is a very big deal. Like, take it seriously, right? All right, so now moving on. As a virtual assistant, your clients are miles away. They're not here with you. They can't see your hard work, right? They feel it through your communication. And poor communication will cause low trust, and it will give you fewer opportunities. But excellent communication will give you high trusts and more responsibilities, higher pay, referrals. You need to learn the art of communication. Look, it is. Do not see it as just anything. Don't just focus on building your hard skills. Okay, I want to know how to manage this. I want to know how to build that. I want to know build communication as well. Because like I said, you can do everything right. And trust me, communication will just mess everything you've done up because you don't know how to communicate. Okay? So now moving on, what communication is not. Now, communication is not talking more than you listen. That's not communication. Like you are quick to yeah. In fact, if you're a virtual assistant and your mouth is leaking, your mouth is loose, you can't. There's some things you can't even do. The communication is not talking more. Like I feel like if I talk, if I talk, they will know that I can talk. It's not about talking more. Because what if you talk and then what you say does not even make sense, or what you say is completely off point? They'll just look at you like, is it not better to have just kept quiet? Because what is this? So talking is not about talking more than you listen. That's not what communication is. If you find that you are just anything, that's not communication, and it's bad because you will miss important details. If you always want to just respond, anything, you have opened your mouth, you have answered. You didn't even process what they are saying, and if you don't process it, how would you be able to do the work well? You miss important details. You frustrate your clients. Communication is not using big grammar to confuse people. If you know you are from the family of this what's his name, that speaks English, that we have to bring dictionary beside us to understand what you're saying. Please, that's not communication. If, as a matter of fact, if you are communicating and people that you're speaking to don't understand you, you're not communicating. You're just maybe you're making yourself feel good. Imagine you want to work with somebody who is probably a Filipino and they don't even speak all that great English. And then you are speaking all the grammar, in the lilimi of the lilimu, even and you're trying to get a job. Please, how would they even understand? You're not even communicating. Do you understand? So communication is not easy. As a matter of fact, sometimes less is more. As long as your tenses are correct, your grammar is Hello, everyone. Mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check, please. Apologies, my network was interrupted, and so it just threw me out of the meeting. But let me know if you can hear me, please. Okay, fantastic. Yes, awesome, great. Okay, so let me put my slides back up and we will continue. Whoops. Sorry, let me just put up my slides again. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're learning. If you're just coming, you haven't missed out a lot. We're talking about communication and how important it is, in your journey as a virtual assistant. It's extremely important. And yeah, that's what we're talking about. So now we're talking about what communication is not. Communication is not trying to use big grammar because you're trying to impress people, but you're literally confusing them. That's really not communication. As a matter of fact, you should even be able to read the room. Like, okay, is this when I'm supposed to communicate? Like these people, are they imagine speaking to who now? Like a native Indian. And these guys, their native language is not even English. The English that they even know, they're trying to, especially if they've lived there all their lives, like they're still trying to learn English. You're speaking to a Vietnamese or you're speaking to an Asian, and then you're trying to impress them. Oh, if I give them grammar, you just be looking at you. Look, one thing you should understand is clients really don't care about your dictionary English. What they want is results, like show workings. Trust me, if you bring somebody who has results, like, oh, I would help you move your revenue from 30% to 50% in 2 days. Sorry, 2 days is maybe not realistic, but like maybe in 2 months with email marketing. Come bring that one to somebody who says, I am very come on. Before you even finish speaking your grammar, that I've hired the other person because we want results, clarity. Let them know what you want to do. Let them know what you're bringing to the table. Let them know the results you're bringing. Let them know the value. That's what we're talking about, right? Now, another thing is replying anyhow because you want to be fast. So maybe you have a date, you just want to do it and just get it done with. And then once you respond, bash, error. Instead of saying good morning, it's God morning we're seeing. Instead of saying, when you say kindly find attached, there's nothing you attached to. Nothing was attached. You like different kinds of mistake. No comma. In fact, you even misspelled the name of the client. Look, speed is good though. But look, when you're doing speed and you're not navigating your speed well, it's a disaster. Clients prefer when you are thoughtful. Or imagine sending your client an email and they don't even understand what you're trying to communicate. You're sending a report. The numbers are not even correct. How many clients do you think have time for that? And I remember I said something to you that these people are very busy. They're very busy people. So they don't have time to, you're not an intern. So they don't have time to start saying, okay, so this is not, they want results. Then sending long epistles without getting to the point. You will go from Lagos, your destination is maybe Redemption Camp. You will go from Lagos, you will then go to Songo. From Songo, you will now turn back. Go straight. These people are busy. Go straight to the point. I'm telling you, you have time. And I remember when I was still quite new. She gets it. Excuse me. I remember when I was still quite new. Then I'll call my manager, my executive. And I'm trying to pick my words one after the other. So hello ma. She's like, go straight to because they're busy. Go straight to the point. Go straight to the point. Immediately once they pick the call, or once you get into the meeting, straight up. So today we made we did this, so we cleared that. This is the numbers we're looking at. These are our projected figures. Hit the nail on the head. Do you get it? So please, like I said, these people are very busy. And if you are reading about the bush, trust me, they will stop reading and they will miss your points. Because you just find that they'll just dump your manuscript or dump your reports. Do you get it? So go straight to the point. I didn't say you should rush your words, though. Then they will not be able to understand what you're trying to say. So this is not saying speak like you have hot yam in your mouth. No. But this is also saying do not waste their time by just giving episodes that don't make sense. Or imagine coming on a call with a client in the morning and like, oh, good morning, ma. How is your night? How are the children? How is your husband? How is life in Canada? I was watching the news yesterday and I saw that, there's this new policy in especially in a situation where you don't have that relationship. You are here for like an early morning meeting. And then that's when you want to tell us about the policy you saw on CNN. Come on now. On a Monday morning. Please. Then, another thing which communication is not is when you are guessing what the client wants without asking. You want to be seen as proactive. Like, I want this client to know that I got it. I said, people, you don't got it though. See, it is better to ask questions. It says, he that asks questions does not miss his way. It's better to ask. I know that yes, so you've asked and you're on the right path. Because imagine doing the wrong thing and then coming back after imagine if they have a report or something they need to present and you went to use wrong data and the presentation or the meeting is in an hour and you took 2 days to work on the report, 2 solid days, you brought it back. The presentation is in an hour and we found out that the numbers you used were wrong because you did not clarify. Well, what do you want to do? So please, if you're not sure, please ask. Ask. Especially when you're at the beginning phase. It is okay to ask questions. It's okay to ask. Very okay to ask. It's better to ask than to just do rubbish. Please. Then, keeping quiet. This also still ties in closely. Keeping quiet when you don't understand. Hey, your client told you, oh, I need you to work on something, or I need you to access something. You don't understand this, and you just kept quiet. You kept quiet. You didn't do it. When it was time, you decided to scratch your head. Say, so I didn't want you to be angry. And that day you were not in a good mood. You remember the way you were sounding on phone. After you were not in a good mood. So I didn't want you to be angry. Please now. Please. Then this one is just if anybody is on this call and you do this, please repent. Repent right now. Using WhatsApp shorthand in professional emails. Hey, imagine saying how you day, or imagine using BTW. By the way, hey, in a professional email. What's up? What's up? Hey, please, which arm of the village people are? Let's know if it's deliverance we need to conduct. Because how is it going? Imagine using this in an official email. Please, let's not do it. Even personally, I don't even like. Of course, I understand when you're chatting with your colleagues, or when you're chatting, not your colleagues now, when you're chatting with your friends, your family, you don't want to be overly serious and all that. I get it. But please, don't do it to the point where you will now not know. Yeah, you are so used to it that even in professional settings, you are throwing those words around. Please don't do it. It's not good. It is not good. Please. Exactly. I just said ASAP. What is ASAP? You are who? What? That's what? Please, let's not do it. It's bad. It is bad. Thank you. Let's keep WhatsApp communication in WhatsApp. Then copying and pasting templates without checking. So you then carry the invoice that is meant for Fanning and Co. and you send it to your new client. So you worked with a previous client, and because you didn't check now, copy and paste. You sent it both with the client's name, sent everything. The only thing you changed was the amount. Then you now start looking for how to recall email. Hey, how will I recall this email? This email has gone. Why didn't you just calm down and check before the email went? Please. Or they'll send you you copied and pasted a response from someone. You wanted to give a similar response. You didn't read it well. You copied it, pasted it, and sent to somebody else. How now? Please. That's not communication. Another thing is forming busy and disappearing without updating. You won't update anybody. You just disappeared. When they ask you, say you had mood swing. Hey, you say you had mood swing. You tell them, Nigeria. I said, you don't do that. You have a deliverable. But you just felt so bad, like somebody annoyed you, and you don't feel like talking to anybody. So even your client self should go and sit down somewhere until you're in a better mood. Wow, that's interesting. They will just assume that you are incompetent and unreliable. That's it. Because how can you just disappear? You just went MIA. No communication, nothing. You say, mental health. Oh, my mental health, eh? Even if you're having mental health issues, communicate, right? At least send an email. Oh, I'm having so and so. Can I please get so and so and so and so time off work? But no communication, nothing. You just it go be. Let's not do that. That's not communication. Say, clients should better understand. All of us are going through it, though. That is not communication. Please, let's be guided. Let's be guided. And I believe that there's something called spirit control temperament. Even though, yes, you might be feeling all sort of way, you might be feeling all kind of way. Trust me, you have that. You can still manage an email as long as it's not like an emergency where they have to rush you to the hospital, or as long as you're still okay, you can still manage it. Even if you cannot, at least tell somebody to send it on your behalf. Just make an effort. Please make an effort. Right? It's really important. These seemingly little things, they go a long way. They go a really, really long way. In your image, in your persona, in your person, in the kind of understanding people have of you, in the impression that you're giving forth to a client. Do you understand? So that's not the fact that you say, please, all of us should know, I beg, I cannot keep. Or maybe your husband just annoyed you. So both the client, you pack everybody aside. At the client husband you put everybody one aside. You say, please. Or maybe they just gave you breakfast. Please, guys, let's not do that. We need to be professionals, and we should act like that. Don't ghost your clients. Don't say, client, Nepa Neo, EKEDC or AEDC, they took about like, what's that? Don't you know how to look for a workstation to go and charge your laptop or your work devices? Even if you cannot afford a workstation, at least somebody in your environment will have a generator. Beg them, please, I need to quickly power this laptop. At least you have all these things around you. The thing is that some of us, it's not like the thing with the mind is when you just close the mind, like, I don't think this thing I'm not doing. Your mind will not help you think of possibilities. But if in your mind you feel like, there's no light, but I'll find a solution. Trust me, solution will come. You will just remember, this person, this barber shop, they have generator. Let me just, even if it's 30 minutes, let me just power this laptop. But if you zero it in your mind, that's it. That is it. So please, we need to be professionals. These things, and if you see these things, they don't really cost a lot. They don't cost anything. Just proactiveness. It's just being proactive. It's just being thoughtful. That's it. That's all. I'm telling you. Very important, please. So those things. So if you do that, please, any of these things that I mentioned, if you know you do that, start searching your heart. Start searching now. Start repenting. Start saying. Start letting it go. You know how who cast away their garments? I think it was Zacchaeus. Somebody. in the Bible. Start casting it away. Like, now, no more separation. Now, we cannot be global. If you want to be global, you can't have this kind of mind. Imagine sending how you date to an American. You think how would he understand you? Because they don't speak some. It's not all. They don't speak pidgin. So what does how you date mean? Is that are you speaking Spanish? Or you want to type I see you now? Put I, letter C, letter U. Please. Huh? We need to do better. If you are global, you need to act global. Don't just take things for granted and say, oh, I beg you understand, Joe. What's safe? No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good. It's not right. Okay? Thank you. So now moving on, what now is communication? We've talked about what communication is not. Now, what is communication? Communication is not just asking or sending emails. It's not just bah, 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 send an email, bah, 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 brah, you have sent email, bah, you have sent email. Communication is not just that. First, communication is understanding. You need to understand, the person you are speaking to needs to understand you. If the person doesn't understand you, it doesn't matter what you are speaking, you have not communicated. You have not communicated. Trust me, if I come here and I start speaking Swahili, even if I'm speaking in Swahili with so much passion, and how many of you here understand the Swahili self? I'm just talking, like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. What is she saying? Do you understand? What is she saying? What is she talking about? And I'm communicating, imagine communicating with so much passion. I'm speaking in Swahili. I'm saying everything. But there's no understanding. I have not communicated. So it's the same thing. If you are speaking to your client, don't try and, something that I see some people also do. When you're with somebody who doesn't understand your language, maybe you're with maybe a white guy, or you're with someone who doesn't understand your language, because you then speak your language right there in the person's presence, because maybe you're trying to say something that you don't want them to hear. It's not okay. She gets it. It's not really okay. And I personally feel like even when you're speaking to, if you're speaking with someone, I think it's respectful for you to speak in a language that they understand. Do you understand? If you, for example, have 3 people and 2 of you understand Yoruba, 1 person does not, I think it's respectful to the person who doesn't understand Yoruba for you to speak a universal language that they understand. Please. It's very important. So you be intentional. When you are sending your email, this thing that I'm sending, will this person understand it? Will this person need to call me, or they tell you to do a report? Your report is the only thing. Maybe you have you're putting together a report of sales that happened, and even it is so high level, you know that your boss will not understand this thing, but you won't say, I want to show this man that I got it. I want to make him know what I'm made of. Please. That's not the time. Understanding is important. When you're communicating with someone, please ensure that they understand you. If they don't understand you, then trust me, you have just wasted your time. You haven't communicated. It's just a pure way, you just wasted your time and theirs. And if there's anything you should not do to an executive, don't waste their time, because they are busy. They are very busy. So please, understanding, ask yourself, this thing I'm about to say, or this way I'm about to communicate, will this person understand me? Will this person, I'm telling you, the way you will communicate with a native Indian is different from the way you will communicate with an American, it's different from the way you communicate with someone who is from Britain, because English is their own language, so you can speak, you can flow, you can do all that. But you are communicating with an Indian. You have to take it easy, communicate, go very basic, especially their native Indians that don't really understand much English. Do you understand? So please, then clarifying is very important. See, if you don't understand, ask questions. Nobody will beat you if you are trying to clarify something. You said XYZ, just to be sure I understand you correctly. This is what you said. Are we on the same page? Nobody will say you're not competent. They will think that, wow, this person is ensuring that they get all the details. This is impressive. Clarify, so that you don't end up wasting time doing what they didn't send you. You need to clarify. It is important. Clarify what they want. If you are in doubt, if you don't understand, clarify. Ask them to explain again. If you are working with a client who, maybe you are working with an American client and their accent is too strong for you, and you don't understand, please ask them again. You can even tell them, oh, can you please take it slow for me? So that and trust me, these guys are very understanding. They want you to be, they want you to be open, like sincere with them, than for you to form what you are not. Because they will know when you don't have it in you and you're thinking you got it, but you don't got it. So if you feel like their accent is really too strong for you, tell them, oh, to, tone it down with it so that you can understand them. Very politely. You get it? Very politely. Clarify. If they tell you something that you don't understand, ask them, oh, so and so and so and so. Oh, what do you mean here? This is what you said here. Is this what you meant? I'm just trying to clarify, just to be sure that we're very important. Please. Very, very, see, look, it's better for you to go clarify and you are going in the right direction than for you to now assume, hey, and you are going the wrong direction. Because time is something you cannot afford to joke with when you're dealing with an executive. Time. You see, that time is money. It is really money when you're dealing with an executive. Because some of them, their calendars are packed. They have very packed calendars that they don't even have time to waste. So you cannot waste their time by not clarifying. It's important. So clarify. If you're a virtual assistant, if you're a customer service VA, please clarify your customers' orders. For example, you work with a baker and you're trying to clarify an order. And your order, you don't, and before you just, maybe your customer asks for a fuchsia pink cake. Please don't say, pink is pink, not pink. Pink is pink now. I mean, well, please, we don't have a, just I don't, just do pink. Any pink you do is okay as long as it's pink. Please, it can be due to some people are very detailed to that point. If they tell you fuchsia pink, they want their fuchsia pink. So it's very important. Please clarify. It is important to clarify when you're in doubt. And also with clarifying, I need to also balance things, because some of us we need to do better. You not clarify like you are clarifying like a child. So I did not really understand though, me say this your uncle. And no, don't do that. When you're clarify intelligently, please. State what you heard. State what you understood. Then repeat it to them so that we're sure. Don't say, I don't understand. They'll ask you, so which parts did you not understand? Everything, everything you say from the beginning. I didn't even hear you. What's that? And the man will be looking at you like, can this person really do the job? She gets it. So please, even when you're clarifying, there's a way to clarify. Don't clarify like someone that is coming out of kindergarten, please. We need to, when you're clarifying, oh, this is what you said. This is what I understood by what you said. Please confirm if we're on the same page. Very important. Please. Because I know when I say clarify now, some people say, hey, I can ask questions. Even if the question is, actually, I can. You're just making lazy attempts. Please. No, don't do that. Now, reporting is very important. Like if you are in any field, any virtual assistant niche, it is extremely important for you to imbibe reporting. Reporting is just like you showing workings. It's like you showing workings. That's it. Like, see what we've done so far. See what I've done so far. See what the company has done so far. Look at the trust. See, let me give you one there's something reporting does for you. When you just make a report about something. So let's say for example, you work as a virtual, let's say like a what's it called now? Let's say you work with a baker. Let's use a baker example. Or you work as a customer service VA, and then you worked for like about a month, and then you just decided, you know what, I want to do a report. Like I want to report on the number of clients that have made inquiries, the number of clients that their inquiries turned into sales, how much we've made so far. Just put it in a very beautiful report. If possible, how much did we spend? And then what is our profit? So basically like net revenue. Put it in the report and send it to your executive. Trust me, it will take you that thing, it takes you from 0 to 100. Because like, wow, this person is really working. Even if, that's how to show that you're working. Do you get it? Reporting is important. Or imagine if you're working for an executive VA and you have access to their credit cards, have access to their debit cards, and they just decided to put together a reports showing how much you spent so far and what you spent it on, in the previous month. Their travels, their personal expenses, if you are privy to it, their everything that you did basically with their card, their money. Put it in the report format. You grouped their expenses based on XYZ. This is what you spent. This is how much and then just give it to them. Woo! Trust me, reporting just does this thing for you that makes you feel like, wow, this person is really smart. It just gives you this rep. It just gives this credibility. Trust me, it's very good. Very, very good. Don't just stand there and say your executive is asking you, so how many customers did you receive? Before you even don't even let them ask you. Let it be part of your goals. Like, okay, what can I be reporting on here? What are they not covering? I want to trust me, see what reporting does. There's just the way it just makes you look. You know how people that wear glasses, you just automatically feel like they are very smart. I mean, if you wear glasses, I wear glasses actually, so this is not a jab at anybody. I personally wear glasses. You know how people feel like, people, automatically, even if you've not spoken to them before, you just see someone wearing glasses and like, this person is very brilliant. That's like what reporting does for you. Once you just give them more reports and say, wow, this is so good. This is so this is so that. Trust me. Do you get it? So that's what reporting does for you. Don't wait for them to ask you. Or imagine you work with a customer service video, you work with a baker, and they're asking you, how many cakes did we sell this month? Cakes. I mean, it's like we sold. It's like 14 or wait, let me count. 1, Mrs. Bamidro, Mrs. Taylor. It's like we did, but I'm not sure very. Oh, please. If you were the what will you do? If you were this person's boss, what will you do to the person? Imagine, compare the person to someone who, before you even ask them, they already have their workings. Or somebody who you just ask them randomly, how many cakes did we sell this month? Oh, we sold 25 cakes this month. Out of the 25 cakes this month, we had 15 double layer cakes. We had 13 wedding cakes. And out of the 13 wedding cakes, wow. Won't you rate the person higher? Even if the person is not even, but I'm not saying you should not do your work. Won't you even rate the person higher? Like, wow. Do you understand? So this like I said, see, this reporting it's one tip I'm giving you. Use it very, very well. She gets it. Use it. It just makes you smart automatically. It's not like you're not smart though. It adds to your smartness. Maybe if you needed to maybe work with your boss for like 5 months before they see your smartness, just do this reporting. 1 month, they can make you manager. If you are able to present yourself well. She gets it. So please, very, very important. Very important. So now solving problems. Hey, communication is also solving problems is important. You see, please let's not be mentally lazy. Because you're working remotely, right? Most of what you're doing is mental. It's not physical. It's not like, you want to carry anything, you physically, it's mental, right? Please be very, 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 be a problem solver. I told you, I think last week, I said, you don't run away from problems because sometimes that's how you shine. When there's a problem and then you are the one presenting the solution, that's how you shine. Another thing that I see that people do is you will now come with the problem. And do what? You just came. So we have logistic problem, Emeka bike spot, the mechanic, and okay, so yes, what happened? So what next? How about, we had 2 bikes and Emeka's bike actually developed a fault yesterday. I have sent it to the mechanic. However, can we rent a bike or can we outsource the deliveries for tomorrow to another logistics company? I have searched out 2 logistics companies with very competitive rates. So and so logistics company and this other logistics company, and they are ready to come on board as soon as. How about that? Does that not sound better than saying, Emeka, this bike self, what do they even make? What are these bikes even make? Emeka, how are you even riding these bikes? What are you even looking at? Please now, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's be problem solvers. You're an executive VA. Your Your executive calls you and tells you, I am in traffic. My flight is leaving in the next 20 minutes and I am still stuck in traffic. I'm on Third Mainland Bridge or whatever. I'm flying. I'm flying out of the country and my flight is in 20 minutes. And what should I do? I'm like, hey, okay, how did you know it now? This traffic, this Lagos, it's only when somebody wants to go out that this traffic will know that they want. Please now. What is that? You should immediately swing into action. Okay, what am I going to do? Let me check. Are there any other flights? Can I call the airline? Can they start thinking of solutions? What next? What next? What else can I do? I need to present like two immediately because you should get to that. Because when you do that, right, you are indirectly telling them that they can rely on you. Do you get it? Like you are reliable. Like when they're in a fix, they can trust you to come through for them. They need that's why you are there. That's why you're the second brain. Imagine your boss calling to tell you that, oh, I am stuck in traffic. My flight leaves in about 20 minutes. I can't get there. What do you do? Do you get it? You start thinking of things. Oh, where's the next available flight? Can I rebook? Can I reach out to the airline? Is there a refund on the ticket? Is there a no-show fee? Can I pay that? Can we book? Can we extend to the next flight? What can be done? Oh, can he check in earlier? Can I order like maybe somebody, think of solutions. Do you get it? And immediately you are there and you're calling back in 20 minutes. Oh, hello, sir. I have called the airline. So currently the airline the plane cannot be delayed further. They're gonna leave immediately. But we have the option of rescheduling to the next flight. The next flight leaves in about 2 hours, and we're gonna reschedule to that time. Also, we're gonna as in pam pam pam, you have solved it. Do you get it? You have solved it. I'm telling you, you have solved it. We need to get to that point. Do you understand? We need to get to that point. Felix Oyewale says you sent him a dispatch rider. Please, what would the dispatch rider? You really enter the dispatch rider's box. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. So yeah, please, very, 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 very important. Be problems like I need to stay on this because sometimes when I see how some youths like problem solving skills zero. You would want me to tell you there's a problem, not only tell you there's a problem, give you the solution to the problem. After giving you the solution to the problem, follow up with you on how to solve the problem, then ensure that you implement. Come on now. Am I doing the job or we are doing the job together or we are sharing your salary? Because I don't really understand. So please, it is important. Like I said, when you go, be a problem hunter. Like, what is not working? Because trust me, that's what you can. Let me give you an expo. When you come into a place, like when you are new in a place, look for what. See, I know you have job description, which is fantastic. Your job description, yes, follow it, but look for something that is not working, or look for something that is working but can be better. Quickly look for it. Start open your eye, open your ear. Like be at alert. What is not working? What is one process that is not working here? What can I do that can make it better? Once you find it, immediately look for the solution, state the problem, state the impact of the problem, state the solution you found, bring like about 2 to 3 different alternatives, state the impact of your solution if it is implemented, and please share it to the executive. Trust me, you have started to make your mark. Do you understand? You've started making your mark. But some of you, what's my own? Ever since I got here, that's how they've been doing it. Oh, they don't pay me well enough for this. Please, let's not do that. We are global citizens. We are global people. We're very global people. So this is 7:59. We're going on break now. So you can sign your attendance. When you come back, we'll move to the next point. So please sign your attendance and ensure you drink water, stretch your legs, and we'll see you at 8:00. everyone. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Why you? Mic check. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, everybody? Okay, fantastic. I hope you have submitted your assignments. Sorry, your attendance, rather. I meant to say. Have you submitted your attendance? Please, and I hope you're able to drink some water and stretch your legs. So, for those who have not submitted their attendance, it's in the description. It's in the video. It's in the description of the video. The description of this video. So please let us do that and not interrupt the class. Thank you. So, yeah, so we're talking about problem solving. And I also want to mention something as well. Please, people, when you're solving problems, right, please don't ensure that your problem solving is not low quality because let me just say something. I just want to talk. I just want to give solution. And then you bring one low quality suggestion and your executive is looking at you like, what are you saying? Well, what is she really saying? Please. So when you are bringing your problem solving skills to play, when you are solving the problem, you are bringing your solution, you're suggesting your solution, ensure that they are high quality solutions, not solutions that are not properly thought out, solutions that are not okay, that this thing is not too balanced like that though. But because you want to talk, you just said it. Please, right? So it needs to be balanced. Yes, it is great to be a problem solver, but ensure that your problem solving skills top notch. Trust me, there are courses on problem solving. That's important. Ensure it's top notch. Ensure you're bringing quality solutions. You get it? Don't come and no, don't do that. Just like I said, some of you were. I know you guys were joking though. Like somebody was saying that you would tell the boss to climb, start running, or imagine telling me that maybe you went to Okada for somebody who does not even know how to climb a bike, and they say at this point it's better enter Okada because in this Nigeria that you are because nobody Oyibo self go enter. You don't. You have to think if you as in bring quality. You know the person you work with. You know what they're averse to. You know what they can do. Do you understand? So that's what you should do. Please, okay. Now, another thing is representing your client's brand. This is very important because there are before someone actually lost their job because of something that they posted online. And people literally reached out, they were tagging the company and like, you must fire this person. Look at what a staff of your company. No sounds care. Hey, network. What's going on? Let me check. 1 second. What's happening? Okay, can you hear me? I think the network is acting up. Can you help me pass the charger? Don't know. How about now? Is it better? Okay, I think. Oh gosh, this network. Okay, so is it better now? Can you hear me now? Sorry guys, network just did a thing. All right, so let's continue. So yeah, I was just talking about representing your client's brand. That there's some people that actually have lost their jobs because of how they conducted themselves on social media online. I think I've seen a story on Twitter, I guess, where somebody did something, said something, and then the company had to fire the person. So it's very important when you're Imagine working with a brand like a very big, well respect. Even if it's not like, even if nobody knows the brand, as long as you know that you work for a particular brand, and you know that certain things that they don't do, or they don't, that they frown at, please represent your brand. Do you get it? Represent them. Be like show up for them in the way that you know they want to be. They want you to show up for them. Do you get it? So that is. I'm not going to dwell too much on that. Okay. Now, how do you now build great verbal? Because remember, with communication, it is verbal and then written. That's what we're looking at today. Just those two. Now, how do you build verbal skills? How do you, like, if you feel like, okay, how do I talk better? How do I communicate better? Right? Please, first thing is practice active listening. When someone speaks, listen 80%, talk 20%. You know what? You know what the issue is? A lot of us, we listen to respond. You have they are ready for your answer. You know how, like, in Nigeria, like, you cannot be the last person. No. They cannot. You know how they say, me, you will not talk last. No, I will give you. So that's what some of us will carry into the professional world, where your manager is giving you feedback. Oh, how about you could have actually put this here. You have say, no, sir. So the reason for this one, that's you won't calm down and hear. You won't calm down and take correction. And you know the thing with those guys, they will not talk too much. Oh. They just, when they find out that you're not being open enough, or you're stressing them, no, they don't speak too much English. It's action. You just find out that they've disconnected you from the official email. You no longer have access to Slack. You no longer have what happened. They don't speak too much English. You just get email, finish. Do you understand? So please, when someone speaks, it's very important. Listen 80%, talk 20%. It's really important. Communication. Have you not seen interviews, or interviews of people, like, and when they're interviewing these people, if the interviewer keeps interrupting the person speaking, don't you know that sometimes you don't even enjoy it, because you be like, let them talk now. When maybe they ask the guest a question, and the guest is trying to answer the question, and then the interviewer comes and say, oh yeah, right. Like, they're just interrupting it. That's, even you who is listening will not even enjoy it. Like, you just feel irritated, like, why you always let them finish what is in, let them finish before you say what you're saying. So that's how it is when you just want to talk. Like, how they used to say this in Yoruba. Asoro Magbesi, abi Asoro. No, sorry, you have to pardon my Yoruba. Mi o kin se omo lole pada gbesi, or something like that. Basically saying that, some people pride themselves in the fact that they don't look for words. Like, I won't need to go home to come and give you a response. Do you get it? But please, see all those things. You don't need it. With all of is it putting food on your table? Leave those things behind and pick on skills that will help you thrive in the marketplace. Do you understand? So please, it's very important. If you find that you are always like, you just want to once anybody is talking like this, as if the communication is already in your throat. You cannot. You want to spill it out. Yeah. You want to vomit it. Yeah. All your body wants to. Please, you need to start learning now how to not do that, because when you get to the corporate world, you will have times when you will get feedback from your executive. In the process of trying to still know your executive, there'll be things you do and they will not really be too pleased with. They'll give you feedback. You might think that I'm doing this thing now and it's okay, and I'm doing it from the goodness of my heart. They should not see anything wrong with it. You might even be forced to even want to defend yourself. I say, no, it's not because of that. It's because of this. See, calm down. You need to what? You need to calm down. Right? Please calm down. So practice active listening. In fact, start practicing this with your siblings at home. Practice it with your friends when they are talking. If the response is about to fly out of your mouth, clench your teeth. Like, this thing, it will not come out. I will put you down, please, because when you won't know, if you don't train yourself now, you will just find that you're making the same mistakes in the corporate world, and the corporate world is they're not as tolerant, especially if you're working with people of a different culture, of a different race. They're not as tolerant. Do you understand it? So please, So now, also another thing you can do to also improve your verbal skills is to structure your thoughts before you respond, right? Organize your thoughts. Like, okay, I'll say this, I'll acknowledge. The one I acknowledge, I'll then respond and I'll confirm. It's very important. Like, oh, just had a meeting with your you had a meeting with your executive and he told you this. I need to do that. I need to work on this. I need to work on that. And then after he's done that, you're like, okay, thank you very much, for the time it took, blah, blah, blah. So these, just to reconfirm, these are the points, or these and these are what you said. You said we need to work on the next launch. You said we need to work on booking a flight ticket for the meeting you have in Australia. You also said can you please confirm? Now, on this one, these are the next steps. Are we good to go here? On this, is that the next step? As in, confirm. It makes you look like a professional. Do you understand? Not that you just carry it, bah, you have gone. Execution, bah, you just execute zero. Because you misunderstood what they were saying. So when you do this, it helps you understand that you and them are on the same page and you're not doing something entirely different. Then another thing you can also do is use voice notes. Start practicing voice notes instead of typing everything. Speak. Thank God you have your phone. Record yourself and hear. Like, am I talking fast like this? Who is chasing me? Who is chasing me? Who is pursuing me? Why am I talking this fast? Or another, you could find that maybe you talk really slow. Like, why am I talking like this? So these things are things that you will find out when you listen to yourself talk. Practice voice notes, speak into a recorder and play it back and hear yourself. Do you get it? Hear yourself speak. Some of you, when you hear yourself speak, you'll be like, is this me talking? So try it and you'll find that when you do that consistently, you'll see things to change. You'll be able to know what to actually improve on. Very important. Now, moving on to the next, mirror your client's communication style. See this place. Don't say, I'm a Nigerian, no. That's how we communicate here. That's how I'm more Ekiti. I'm from Ekiti State, so I'm not from Ekiti State, by the way. I'm from Ekiti State, and that's how we communicate. I cannot change my communications. No, please. You need to mirror your client's communication style, right? Some of them, they don't see all these things we do here. Yes, ma. Yes, sir. Mr. This, Daddy, this. They don't do it. Call first name. Hello, Mark. Hello, Jill. Hello, Jack. Hello, whatever their name is. That's all. They don't do all those things that we do. In fact, I remember I read something sometime when someone used ma for one of her, I think, professors in school. And then ma was so concerned, like, what was your childhood like? Because it was like wondering what's going on. So you need to understand their communication style. If they like to communicate in a formal way, please be formal. If they want you to be casual and respectful, please be casual and respectful. For sometimes some people, right, they might, sometimes you might have people you're working with and you're older than them. Like, you're older. Maybe you're like 2-3 years older than them. And they're your executives, you're working for them, you're working with them. And you might feel like, what's safe? And maybe the person actually wants to communicate with them in some kind of way like this one. So there's no my younger brother at home. Okay, you better remove that cloak of pride and calm down. Do you understand? You need to calm down, okay? You need to calm down. So please mirror their style. If they don't want you to call them Mr. So and so, please remove the Mr. and call them their first name. If they don't want you to call them their first name, they want you to call them their last name. It's even actually okay for you to ask them, how do you want to be addressed? Yes, it's very okay to ask, so that you don't address someone in a way that they would not like to be addressed. They would like to be. Imagine if you're addressing, because you've probably had to maybe work with foreigners all your life, and then, or you've worked with foreigners for a bit. I know that foreigners typically will not mind first name basis, and then somehow you had to work with a Nigerian who has a startup abroad. Did you get it? It's different from a foreigner, like an American who was born, bred, buttered in America, compared to a Nigerian that migrated to America and has a startup abroad. And then you got a contract, and I call him, "Hello, Tunde, your father's age mate." Oh. Hey, do you understand? It's totally different. Trust me, Tunde will send you home. He will send you back home. Oh my, you know how the Yorubas will say it? Oh my, rare father, say you don't have home training. Even if this Tunde has been in the US for years, even if he's not a citizen, do you understand? He will give you schooling on, okay, you have lost your home training, or maybe you should have never, or maybe they didn't even teach you. Do you understand? So you have to read, you have to understand your client's communication style, how they want to be addressed, how they want you to speak to them, how they want you to communicate with them. Don't say things like, please, oh, this one is my younger, he cannot tell me, he can't, I will like greet him good morning. I'm 5 years older than him. Why will I be the first one to say, hello, so and so? I can't say good morning. No. Oh, God, yeah. Wow. Wow. Do you understand? So please, understand how they want to be respected. There are certain people that if you have to work with someone, do you get it, who is not a Nigerian, who is not a citizen of a culture that you're used to, learn about them. What do they like? What don't they like? What do they find offensive? And it's just totally normal for us as Nigerians. That sometimes that some people actually find certain things offensive, and for us here, like, there's no big deal. Like this whole first name basis. If you call a man, even if you call him an 80-year-old man in America, like those people don't see those things as anything. But come here and call it, even if you let the Nigerian have become a citizen there, and you try it. Oh, you would understand why we're Nigerians. Do you get it? So please, we need to get to that point where you understand them quick, and we need to learn how to understand people quickly. You are working with someone, you have made all the mistakes because you're not able to understand people. As a virtual assistant, it's really important because you're working with human beings. Understand tone. When you speak to them and they respond some kind of way, pick it. They won't just open their mouth and tell you everything. Pick their tone. If they say something once, grab it. Do you understand? Like sometimes, like some people, there's some certain things that you cannot even afford to make a mistake on twice. Do you get it? So please, this is extremely important. If your client doesn't want you to ask, if they have children, how Nigerians will be, but how are my children? Who are your children? Do you understand? Who gave birth to them? They might not understand that, it is the communal spirit of Nigerians that is making us call your children our children. They won't understand those things. So rather spare yourself the drama. Do you understand? Just spare yourself the drama. Don't bother. Just allow them. Whatever they want, if they don't want you to ask about their children, leave them. Don't ask. Is it the children you're working for? Face the work you came there to do. You cannot say, hello, ma. Really sometimes, Nigeria, we like to be friendly a lot. We get all this community. So, they don't do all this community. Not a lot of this. It's not in their nature, to have all, like, to be communal, unlike us here. So, you come on the call, hey, how are you? How was your night? Did you sleep well? Hope you slept well. What's your business? Especially if they don't like it, don't do it. Take it, scrap it, keep it for when you come back to your Nigerian circle. But for now, please understand them. Ask questions. What is your communication style? How do you want me to communicate with you? That's what some people will do. So, that some people do not like it when you call them via WhatsApp. They feel like WhatsApp is personal. And you calling them by WhatsApp is like you're intruding into their personal space. But some executives, they enter WhatsApp. Why? You didn't ask them first if it is okay for them to take calls via WhatsApp. I'm telling you, some of you might feel like, but what's there? These things mean, like, they mean a lot. Some people will tell you my WhatsApp is a personal. I see it as personal. I don't bring work into WhatsApp. So you don't call me on WhatsApp. You wait, you send me an email and you wait till I respond. We're in different time zones, understand? I'm telling you. So it is important. Know how they want to be communicated with. Know their preferred mode of communication. Would you prefer that I send you emails, I send you Slack messages, I send you WhatsApp messages? Like, understand it. If you're working with someone in a different time zone, don't send them a message when you know they are sleeping, and then you're expecting a response because you forgot. You thought you were in the same time zone, and you forgot to send it to them at the appropriate time. So now that they are sleeping, you are shaking. Hey, please, sorry, ma. And you not send WhatsApp message to. Please now, let's be professional. Do you understand? Let's be professional. I understand we're Nigerians. I understand that we know we are very friendly. We are very lively, but it's not like if your client doesn't want it, they don't want it. It's that simple. She gets it. Then another thing you can do is to join clubs. There are clubs that actually help you practice, become better speakers. Do you get it? So, and there's one called Toastmasters, really great. You learn new words, you learn how to speak well, you learn how to not use filler words. A lot of people use words like, have you heard people say things and you're like, even me, I'm using filler words. Things like, and you're like, and the one that I even hear recently is say, so we're going to write, and write as in, so just like, how do they say this thing? If you are here and you know what I'm trying to say, they'll tell you, so we're going to the client space, right? And if we move on to the next agenda, right? We're going to also launch the podcast in the next few days, right? And then we would then have a meeting with the German embassy, right? And we're also going to have like a mini luncheon in Australia, right? Have you heard people like that? Like, which one is right? Or people that use so, or people like use things like, trust me, it's okay to be silent than to use filler words. It's very like, it's just that a lot of us are not comfortable, and that's some of the things you learn in Toastmasters. They'll tell you how to be silent. Like, we try to use cover for those things because you're trying to process your thoughts. Like, okay, what am I going to say? What am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? So you say right. You then say so. You say like. Do you get? Do you get? Do I get to what? Of course, I'm listening. Or do you understand? Or some of you say she'll get. Imagine speaking with your client and say she'll get. Please, we don't do that here. And the thing with having to practice these things is because if you don't practice it, trust me, you will fall your hand in front of the client. You will do it. You will do it. You might say, no, now you would. Especially that's how you speak. You will talk like that. I'm telling you. So that's how you need to start to learn these things. You need to start to practice. It's important so that when you get to that point, it is not hard for you to blend. I was going to say, do you get? Well, do you understand? I can say that now because I'm teaching. So I need to know if you understand or if you're following. Oh, look, I don't think what about people that use sincerely more often. Trust me, if you are using any word as a filler word, because why are you using sincerely? Sincerely, I just feel like sincerely, trust me. So people say, trust me, sincerely. What is it? They are filler words. And they don't make you it's even me, I'm using filler words. But yeah, we're getting there. But yes, please, very important. Toastmasters, really, really important. They help you speak with confidence. Okay. Toastmasters is a club. It's an English club. So just Google Toastmasters, and they have centers in different states, I believe. So yeah, they're very good. They'll help you speak. They'll help you debate. They'll help you. They'll teach you how to take filler words out of your vocabulary. It's great, really. Anyway, like I already said, record yourself. Listen to your own. Some of you don't even know how you sound on phone. Some of you don't know how you sound. Listen to yourself, and then you'll be able to know where you are sounding unsure. Okay, so then how to build great written communication skills. We've talked about writing. Now, sorry, we talked about verbal. Now this is written. First is please read good writing. Ah, read good writing. Get that. Oh, some of you are. You like consuming, social media content. Social media, what's it called? 1 minute clip. That's what you want. Sit down and read a blog. Sit down and read a professional report. Sit down and read an article. Like read these things because it is what you take in. That's what you will bring out. Do you understand? Like there are times when I will just use a word which I typically don't even use. And I just find that I'm using it because I read something somewhere and somehow the brain just has a way of helping you remember. Read. Read emails. Some of you cannot even write a professional email. It's not okay. It is not okay. Do you get it? Read newsletters. Get high quality blogs. It's not everything gossip. Who is the latest person? Oh, who stole their mother's skin? Have you heard of the latest? Oh, this one is happening in Insta blog. Whoa, please. So that's all you are reading. The five lines that they're putting on Instagram. That's all. That's all. How many of you can sit down and read a 5-page blog or a 5-page newsletter? How many of you? I see some people on social media, they'll post maybe like someone posts like a really long article. Somebody will come in the comment section and say, this one is too long. Who can summarize? We've gotten to this point. All of you just want 1 minute clip. Everybody, 1 minute. That's all you want. You want to be scrolling. Scroll. What are you scrolling? How many of you here, tell me, when was the last time anybody here read a 5-page newsletter, like 5 good pages, and you sat down, you read it, you digested it, you didn't skim, not skim, scrolling, you sat, you read it, you took it in? When was the last time here? I'm waiting for your answers. 5-page reports, not your schoolwork or your school textbook, because that one is because it's compulsory. Some of you are even reading it. Like you by yourself, you decided that, you know what, I want to subscribe to this blog. They put out very intelligent content. I want to start learning from them. And how many of you have? When was the last time? When was the last time? You see it. But what you want is you want some summary. Summarize. Summary. Please. We need to do this. That's how to actually improve your writing skills. When you read good writing. It's not every time skits, comedy, Insta blog. Who is the latest skinnico? What is the latest thing going on in Nigeria? Oh, have you heard? This man, this woman, this one did this one, that one collect. No, don't do that. It's not every time. There are times when you're like, okay, I even want to read a professional email. I want to, how do they even communicate? I'm telling you, if you go on, all these things are there. Yes, reading a book counts. Yes. How many of you will tell me you're on this call and you've read by yourself, or not that they forced you to read it, or you had to read it for school, or in that you by yourself, you said, I'm carrying this book and I'm going to read it. How many of you have read one book? This as in read it from beginning to the end, though. One book from beginning to the end this year. And it's like, please, if it's a book it was if you were it was compulsory. No, no. But I mean, you sat you by yourself and you said, I want to read this book this year, and I've read it. Please, it's very important because that's how you improve. That's how you see graduates speaking, writing bad English. I'm watching. What did you? How now? So please, It's important. We need to be intentional about these things. Sometimes you just like, you know what, I even want to go on social media strike. This one is not break, it's on a strike. Like social media, let me read things that intelligent articles. Please. Very important. Then another thing is use writing tools as well. It helps. Things like Grammarly, Hemingway app. It helps you to improve your grammar and your tone. When you put in some like text, it help you correct your grammar and a couple of things. So yeah, very helpful. Then also write every day because the more you write, the better you get at it. So right, if you don't journal, this is a good time to start journaling. Write on LinkedIn. There's something somebody here is doing. I can't remember her first name, but her last name is Ojo. I think Ojo Latif. I think. She's been writing about what she learned, what she's been learning here, on in this class. She's been writing about it on LinkedIn. I see her posts every other day, and it's just good because that's one way to also write as well. Write. Like, don't worry, just write. The more you write, the more you find out you are better, you're getting better. Start at least, even if it is like, oh, 5 lines today, tomorrow 6 lines. Now, keep at it, and you find out, wow, you're getting better at it. Very important. Okay. Then also learn email etiquette because you're going to be, especially if you're working with an executive, you're going to have to be sending emails. Understand subject lines, understand greetings, understand bullet points, understand polite closings. These things are like, it's this is email etiquette. You can't just write an email. You can't write an email and start saying you're writing an email to a client or you're writing an email to your executive's clients and you're saying, hello, how was your day? Oh, hope you're okay. So uh so we want to talk about what are you writing, please? What are you really doing? Yeah, this is a high profile client. Your boss is trying to seal a deal, and you're writing like that. In fact, that can even bring down the credibility of your company because they'll be like, "Is this the representative of this company that wants to seal this deal with?" Oh no! So please, it's very important, okay? Because the thing is, they don't see you. They're not seeing you. Do you get what? The only thing they are seeing is what you are writing. They're not seeing that this person, they're not seeing all that. Okay, so please, it's very important. Draft, then edit. Please. Draft, then you edit. Don't send your raw thoughts. Read, see, look, don't, in fact, let it be a rule of thumb. Like, you never send the first draft. Don't, that first draft should never go out. Let it be a draft. Then you go back and read it again. And that's why you cannot do rush work. I want to rush. I must put it out today. It must be today. And then when you find I say, God money. Kindly find attached. Nothing, you didn't attach anything. So please, draft. When you draft, edit what you did. Because you will find something to change. Even if it's not an error, you can find a sentence construction. Like, oh, if I construct this sentence like this, they might not understand or they might misunderstand me. So it's better I construct it like that. Do you understand that? So, writing is thinking on paper. The clearer your thoughts, the clearer your writing. Okay? Basically, that's it. Writing is how you think on paper. The clearer your thoughts, the clearer your writing. All right. So I just have a few scenarios here. I want us to go through it together, and I want you to tell me, just let's see what communication could have done, how better communication could have saved the day. So this is the first one. An executive virtual assistant received an urgent request from a client to schedule a meeting with investors. However, the virtual assistant failed to proactively confirm the client's preferred time zone for the meeting, assuming it was based on a previous time zone. Right. So let's say this client is in Australia And the assistant was thinking, in fact, the assistant even forgot he used his own time zone in Nigeria. Now, of course, he scheduled the meeting and his client eventually ended up missing the meeting. The client was embarrassed, that's number one. And number two, the investors questioned the professionalism of the team. Now, there was a communication mistake here because the virtual assistant did not proactively communicate and verify the time zone with the client before scheduling the meeting. They relied on their own assumptions and did not double check, which led to the disaster. Can you see what communication? Just because you can see, like, it will not have cost him anything to literally say, "Oh, what time zone are we using?" He just assumed. He just assumed. That's all. So you can see what that has cost. Just a tiny little teeny bitty bit of thoughtfulness, attention to detail. Oh, communication. Oh, what time? What's the time zone? That's it. Now let's move on to the next one. An executive VA failed to confirm important details in an email about a high level meeting, which led to the wrong venue being booked for an important presentation. The executive was late, and the client had even already left by the time the meeting was rescheduled. When organizing key events, an executive VA must confirm all details and follow up for clarity to prevent errors. Please, very, very important. Imagine this kind of scenario. You booked the wrong venue. I mean, how now? Booked the wrong venue. Because you booked the wrong venue, your executive was late. The client they were supposed to meet with had already even left. Nah. Just because you didn't confirm the details in your email, you didn't ask them question. Now let's move on to the next one. This is for health now. A health virtual assistant miscommunicated medication instructions to a client, leading to a dangerous mix-up in prescriptions. The client, relying on the VA's communication, ended up taking the wrong dosage, which caused a health scare. Health virtual assistants should always double check and confirm critical information with clients, especially when dealing with medical details where miscommunication can have severe consequences. Imagine they did not properly communicate the medication instructions to the client. They found out that this client does not really understand proper English, and they did not even bother to make efforts in how they were going to communicate to that client. You didn't say, I said, this was my own. I'm not paid enough for this. No, you don't do that. Go the extra mile. Very important. So yeah, that's it. With that, we've come to the end of today's class. Do you have any questions? Before we call it a day. Any questions? Okay, so someone said, is it okay to draft and prompt ChatGPT to rewrite professionally? To be honest, I mean, that's why you have AI, right? AI is there to make your life better. But the thing is, with ChatGPT, it's an it's not a human being, right? Even though yeah, they're trying to feed it to sound more like humans. But if I see a text written by ChatGPT, I will know. I would definitely know. Right? If you've not learned how to properly prompt ChatGPT and you just take whatever it gives you, I would definitely know. Also, if you are trying to improve your writing, then using ChatGPT is not going to help you much. That's it. It's not really going to help you a lot if you're trying to improve your writing. So, like I said, I'm not averse to using ChatGPT. I'm not, because this is literally the era of AI. It's here to stay. However, number one, if you're going to use ChatGPT, please use it well. Because if you just decide to if you don't know how to prompt ChatGPT properly, you will just sound like a robot. And like I said, if I see a ChatGPT content, I would know. And then number two, if you're trying to also improve your your speaking skill or your writing skill, then if you're telling ChatGPT to do the work for you, how do you want to improve? Right? So please, that is it. So it's not a yes, not a yes, it's not a no for me. It's just basically depending on what you want to achieve. All right, any more questions before we call it a night? How do I train myself from speaking pidgin English? It has taken over my tongue to the extent that I can't speak correct English for 10 minutes without adding pidgin. So that's it. You have to make yourself accountable. You can get someone and say, you know what, anytime I speak pidgin English, just slap my mouth. That was because that's on a lighter note. But you can just tell them, you know what, if I speak pidgin English, I'll give say English. If I speak pidgin English, I'll give you 100 naira. Every time you hear pidgin English, just ask me for 100 naira. Or you can join Toastmasters, you know, yeah. Or you can also be very intentional. Say, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Anytime you catch yourself speaking it, you say, okay, no, I'm going to speak the normal one. And with time, it might be frustrated initially, but with time, I'm sure you will get used to it. Because it's one day you also picked up this pidgin as well. Okay, so someone asking about reporting, how do you handle when your executive seat as you being too forward, especially when they didn't ask for a report? Ha. So, first of all, it depends. Most times, right? Is if your executive is seeing it as too forward, then it's more about the personality of your executive, not like it's bad. Maybe it's just the kind of person that you're working with. So in that case, you don't have to do it if they see it as well. It's not. I don't think that it's especially if you present it well. If you present it like, oh, I'm trying to add value to your business, or I'm trying to help you see the what your business has done so far, or the impact your business has had in the past XYZ months. I don't think anybody who cares about their business will really be averse to it. So it probably maybe comes from how you handle it, or how you present it, or how you imagine if you're supposed to turn in an assignment or a deadline and they ask you, why didn't you do it, and say, ha ha ha, I was preparing a report that they didn't ask you to prepare. They'll just see it as what are you sent you. Do you understand? So like I said, it depends on the scenario, but I don't think that anybody would say no to something that would give them insight into how they can move their business forward. I don't think they would have be averse to that. Okay. Chisom, so it's not Toast Readers, it's Toastmasters. And you can check them out on Google. I'm sure you will get more information on Google. So Falade Adenike said, how do one control code mixing and code switching? Again, accountability. Get somebody you can be accountable to. Tell them, look, if you see me mix Yoruba with English, or if you see me mix Yoruba with or Igbo with English or whatever, or Pidgin, just take my app. This is my PIN, my password. Take 1,000. Every time you have permission. Trust me, that code switch. By the time they remove 20,000 from your account, your tongue would control would change. It will control itself. So yeah, accountability basically. How much do you want it? Be accountable to someone. Tell someone to always be accountable. To always to tell someone basically that this is what you want to do. And definitely, I'm sure there'll be someone in your circle that'll be very happy for you to do it. They're very happy rather for to do that for you. Okay, so Ngozi says she has mother tongue interference. So that this is for people that have accents, right? There's some people that when they speak, you just know that they are Igbos. There's some people that when they speak, you know this one is Hausa. They don't need to tell you anything. There's some people when they speak, you know this one is from these are Aqua Cross brothers in Abadie. Some people that when they speak, you know they are Yorubas. My Yoruba people, you know. So in this case, to be honest, mother tongue interference, I think you need maybe like a language. I believe I don't know how effective it will be for somebody who is like an adult, but you could try. Maybe I mean, you could try maybe like a language coach or something. They could help in that regards. But then again, I think beyond Beyond that, like I said, it's not really about the accent, it's about how you communicate, right? Everybody has an accent. If you see an Indian man today, you will with their thick Indian accent, they'll even be shaking their head left to right and they'll be talking to you. You know, all those people, as long as they are getting the job done, they don't even, and like, your Nigerian employers will still hire them above you. They are speaking quiz English. Do you understand? So it's really about how you put forward your value. Do you get, even with your Anambra tongue? How are you putting forward the value that you're bringing, to your clients, right? So yeah, but again, you can still improve. Like I said, you could try a speech therapist, let them understand, what it is, and then I believe that you know they can, they should be able to work on it. So yeah. Um. Okay. So um. What else? So somebody said, Lola Christie said, is it always professional to stick to time in case of offering an hourly services as V? Of course, very professional to stick to time. However, for this one, again, yes, that's the standard. Always stick to time, right? If you're being paid to work for 2 hours a day, work for your 2 hours, right? However, sometimes on the long run, right? If you have built relationship, you get it. Sometimes, again, like I said, it's not, you just understand the situation or the scenario. If you need to extend for some reason, you can do it. You can let your clients know, say, oh, and it has to be genuine, not because you were on social media, you didn't now finish your 2 hours, and then wait till the client say you want to extend. No, let it be genuine. Let them understand why you're extending the time. Do you get it? And then, of course, ask them if they're okay with it, and then you can extend, and they'll pay you for it. Do you get it? Sometimes it could be that you've really worked for the clients for a long time, and you guys have built a relationship, and you don't see it as a big deal. To just like, "Ah, I'm just going to extend my 30 minutes, and I'll not charge you extra." It really depends on the relationship you have built so far with the person. Okay. But the idea is just, it's not everything that is set in stone. It's not just every one way ticket. Bang, bang, bang. No. Sometimes you can just look at the scenario and know how best to apply things. Apply it. Thank you for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank God for today. Thank God for the gift. I return all the glory to God. Um. Oh, so okay, someone is offering to be a language coach here. Who was the person? Oh, I can't remember your name, but I'm sure you can hear me. So, Glory Odudu says she, I believe it is she or he now. I don't know. Glory Odudu said they can be your language coach. So, you guys can connect and hopefully something amazing and fantastic can come out of that. All right. What else again? Assignments waiting. For assignments, the technical support will let you know. They'll let you know how your assignments will be submitted. But until then, there will be no more assignments until the ones that are on ground have been submitted. So do not worry. Do not worry at all. So for Odeleye Omodesire, is it the number of hours you are working for usually? I don't understand though. Can you retype, please? I didn't really get this. Is it the number of hours you are working for usually a particular time of the day or any time? So I didn't get this. Please retype. Okay. I don't know how to twist my tongue to American accents. What should I do? To be honest, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to twist your tongue because if you even now imagine you are twisting your tongue to people who are native speakers who were born speaking that language. You sound like a clown to them. Like they don't wonder what's wrong because they know it's not even original. So be yourself. There's nothing to don't twist your tongue. Don't there's no need for that. Be the most important thing is you are communicating value. That's it. I told you that some of them will look at all these who are these guys that don't really speak great. How many Asians can really speak solid English? How many of them? But with their bent English, they will come and they will get good jobs because those guys they have very fantastic work ethics. Who cares about English when you are bringing results? Did you get? Huh. Please bring the results. The English will be fine as long as you are not. English is not terrible English, and you can construct your sentences. It's fine. you're good to go. As long as you're not making blunders, please. Don't twist your tongue. Go proud, be a proud Nigerian. See another diction teacher is here. Oh, Becky, hi. Such is a diction and elocution teacher who you can come to for coaching. Hey hey. So please, if you want American accents, Becky's here for you. Oh, you don't need to twist your tongue, to be honest. Just be just be yourself. As long as you are original and you can communicate your value. Okay, so Mother Series says if you are working for 2 hours a day, it must always be at a particular time, like 4 to 6 p.m., for example, any 2 hours in a day. So this depends on the agreement with the person you're working with. Most times will always be like a specific time, right? But again, it depends on what your agreement with the person is. That's it. Your timing is mostly dependent on the person you're working with. So they'll be the one to determine what they want you to do and when is best for them most times, right? All glory to God. So yeah, I think we've come to. I don't think there are any more questions. We still have about 3 minutes to go. So yeah. So please, for those of you who want American accents, there's no need to bite your tongue or twist your tongue. We have diction and allocution tutors here on this call. So just connect with them, and before you know it, you start speaking American accent. So who else wants to ask a question? Any more questions before we call it a night? Okay, so I think that's about it for today. Thank you everyone for joining, and our next class is on Wednesday by God's grace. So we'll see you in class on Wednesday. Please go through the class. For those of you who want to start improving, for those of you who you want to speak better, you want to write better, start from tonight. Start telling, okay, let me even stop all those things that you always see. Start from tonight, please. Right, start it tonight. To like start. Okay, I'm going to make a commitment to read XYZ number of books. I'm going to make a commitment. You see this article, I will sit down and will read it. I want to start listening to CNN news. I want to start listening to them. And that CNN news I don't like, I will listen to it. I want to hear how they speak, how they construct their words, how they use their English. It's not because you care about what's happening in America. You want to hear how they speak their English. Start now. It's not everything skits. Whoa, please. It's not every time. That's today. Be intentional. Start, even if it's go on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You need to write something that is very what's the word now, impactful. Let them connect with you. Let you start writing. Before you know it, you are already a pro. Write about what you learned. Write about what you are doing. Write about what you are doing to improve you. Write. Just write, and you get better. Okay. So yeah, that we've come to the end of today's class. Um, yeah, we've come to the end of today's class. Do have a great rest of your night. And yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed night. Bye bye.